Let's take a look around the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. It's been on the calendar since 1950, it's one of the originals as well, and over 7 kilometres, it's the longest track on the calendar. Get a good exit out the last corner and boot it hard across the line down towards turn 1 at La Source as well. Heavy braking zone all the way down into 3rd gear. Hug the inside line as well. Let the car drift out. Use all available curb as you head downhill on the original start-finish straight before you head to Eau Rouge, the red water. Hit the bottom at Eau Rouge, rise up the hill as you reach the top of the crest at Raidillon. The car unsettles itself as it sort of balances out, and then you start. Open up the DRS as you head down the Camel Straight all the way down towards the Lacombe chicane. 8th gear, flat out, hit the brakes at 100km boards, flick the car in 4th gear, ride the curbs as you come in towards Malmedy. Keep on the throttle as well. You can now pretty much take it flat out as you head downhill towards Ravage. Nice double apex corner as you try to loop it back up. Coming through now, Jochen Rin, oh, the speaker's corner, flicks through as well. Take a wide exit because now you're going to effectively go downhill towards Pouhon. Flick the car in, drop down to 6th gear from 8th. Maximum throttle for the second half as well. You can take all the speed as you come up towards the Fagnes chicane. Down from 8th gear all the way. Full in 5th gear as well. Maybe pull down to 4th depending on what the grip is like as well as you approach the fearsome Stavelot as well. Flick the car in, mid-power exit, full power as you come round the Curve de Port Frere 1 and then up towards Curve de Port Frere 2. This used to be an original part of the street circuit here as well. It's the entrance of the circuit as you fly through the second half as you approach Blanchimont. Flat out, hug the inside line as well, flick the car in and hope for the best. The bus stop chicane then as well, down all the way to 2nd gear. 2, one to the right, 1 to the left, back on the accelerator at the exit. DRS open as you cross the line, and that is a lap of the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. The green light is on and we are underway for the 9th round of the Formula 3 Championship. Welcome to the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. The session is go, but guess who aren't on air? Oh yeah, it's Sky Sports, because they've been showing a useless feature from literally 3 years ago, and now they're just showing Ashes trailers. So I am gobsmacked. They're going to get very much in trouble for that, for missing the first 2 minutes of the session. In their contract, it states that they have to show everything live. So they have really dropped the ball here, because they're now just going to literally drop into the centre of the coverage. Well done, Sky Sports F1. Exclusivity rights until 2027, and you've mucked up. Anyway, alongside me in the commentary box for this first session is Jess and Omi. Jess, good morning to you. Nice to have you back up in the commentary box. You've been at Silverstone for the past 2 races as well, which I find brilliantly different, because one was F1 students and one... Oh, hang on, there we go. One was Formula students and the other was for the... British Grand Prix, but we'll sync up just after we get back to this intro for some reason. The green light has gone on and the session is underway. Looks like even FOM were late on air, but welcome to Formula 3's Spa round of the championship. It's wet, it's windy as well. Track temperature 18.5 degrees, air temperature 16.4, 96% humidity, and predictably the track wet as well. Alongside me, as I said, was Jess and Omi. For some reason, that just was really weirdly done. But welcome back, Jess.
Hi everybody, I'm not going to be on for much of the Belgium Grand Prix because of other commitments and stream clashes, but I thought I would pop in for the support race practice sessions because I'm free before I go out. very wet. It kind of reminds me of Spa 2021 vibes, which hopefully we won't get to. But yeah, excited to be in the commentary box for the first time since, I don't know, probably ages.
Austria?
Austria.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austria. Yeah.
It was somewhere around there, wasn't it, with Austria? So it's looking good. But this is getting ridiculous.
Austria sprint shootout, probably.
Austria sprint shootout, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was Austria sprint shootout, yeah.
There's Sebastian Montoya, not even bothering heading out onto the track just yet as well. We've got, I think, half the field out there at the moment, so that's not too bad in these conditions, but the spray is going to be worse until we get some cars out there to move the water. There's more chance of heavier rain dropping coming in towards the single practice session for Formula One in a few hours' time. So it's going to be a bit of a weird weekend, but 42 minutes left. Well, actually, that's incorrect. Are we on a tape delay?
Oh, God, I hope not.
We are... It's 40:50 on the timing screen, but we're seeing 42:24.
Only live once is not going true at the moment, unless your TV pictures are delayed.
I'm going to refresh them, but I don't think they are. I think we are. Well, they can't be 2 minutes delayed, can they? I didn't sit on the remote. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Just had a thought. Yesterday, I had to rewind to get into the driver's press conference. All my slating of Sky Sports might just be wrong here, you know. I just forgot that. I had to have I changed the channel?
Sky.
Yeah. Have I changed? Because I had to rewind yesterday. So let me just... oops. I'm going to get a phone call now because I've just made the wrong button. Yeah, there we go. Back in sync.
Panic over.
It's my fault now, blimey. That's where that happens. Anyway, Saucy, first time on the board, 2:24.900. So they were actually on time. My fault. Right, I'm going to dive in now. Let's catch up with Chris and Alex.
Gives himself a chance, a fighting chance, to go and maybe challenge going into Monza.
And Bortoletto is going to want to get this done here in Spa, where he can make the difference, because the next venue is Monza. And we know what Monza is like in Formula 3. The big run down to that first right-left chicane. All of the potential craziness down into the braking zones. It's one of those all bets are off venues, whereas here at Spa, the efficiency of the car so dominant, the driving ability in terms of lap speed of the driver more dominant than necessarily the wheel-to-wheel stuff that can generate intrigue, can generate difficulty for the drivers. And so Bortoletto will be looking to wrap this up.
Yeah, I'm in trouble. I turned over the main skybox back in the house, not my skybox, rear the app control. So the recording of the practice 3 is now of Formula 3 practice has got to be restarted. Well, that's one way to start the weekend, isn't it? But it's very, very wet down at La Source. Let's take a look then at Taylor Barnard, and he's going to lose the rear controls. I think, Jess, as well, the one thing I'm worried about here is we've got Formula 3 cars with smaller tyres at the most fastest and dangerous circuit in the world, and I don't like it, especially what happened recently with Delano as well. I don't feel comfortable having the junior series here. It's a track that's a bit too dangerous.
Yeah, I can understand why they want to do it for F1, but for the support races, it's just... We've seen what happened in Frankfurt, and we don't want to go on too much, and the track feels like it's unsafe for these drivers, especially for Roger Radion. I'm dreading this, not gonna lie. If it's like this for qualifying later, it's just gonna be chaos.
I think, Omi, as well, the cars aren't that powerful, so the tyres should work it, but we've seen in dry conditions crashes at Eau Rouge, we've seen in wet conditions more crashes as well. We're just sort of like, how much is it too much? Because even the driver said last night, the GPDA, if it gets too bad, please do cancel the weekend. Don't make us go out there.
Yeah, but let's quickly listen.
My first, let's say, match point chance. So yeah, I think I've been thinking about this the quite few last weeks. But after the last race in Budapest, going out of the race with 43 points ahead, it's a good quantity to be on it before the last 2 rounds of the season, and knowing that I can finish this weekend 40 points ahead and be crowned the champion, it's something that for sure is in the back of my mind.
Gabriel Bortoleto has his first chance to be Formula 3 champion this weekend if he dominates the feature race on Sunday and moves ahead of the points available at Monza in a month and a half's time. Anyway, I'll let you continue, Emmy.
What was the question again?
About how we've got the wet conditions and in dry, and the driver said in the press conference yesterday and in the GPDA meeting that if it gets too bad, just cancel the weekend.
Yeah, and obviously we're starting off wet, so obviously there is a big chance that we could be seeing that happen as the drivers are not going to feel safe, especially after what happened in recent weeks, as we've said. But hopefully everything does go right. But yeah, Formula 2, big risk being here. And also I have to say with Formula 1, it rains here every single time we come here. So there's always that risk every year we come here around this circuit.
So Ian Ferguson, who is the BBC F1 weather reporter and also does the weather forecasting for Formula 1, says Friday, as expected, an overcast wet morning at the circuit under low cloud. Latest FIA forecast guidance to teams goes with 40% rain chance start of FP1, rising to 60 by 2 p.m. for qualifying. Tomorrow, however, looks to be the worst. 80% chance of very heavy rain for sprint qualifying, and 40% chance of rain for the sprint, and 60%, that's 60% chance, by the way. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm reading this wrong. So it's start of practice 1, 40%, then it'll rise to 60% by 2 p.m, 80% chance for qualifying, sprint qualifying it's a 40% chance, sprint race a 60% chance, heavy thundery showers possible, and the race is 40% chance. That needs to be better worded because you couldn't read it all. So there is a lot of rain predicted. I think the worst comes of it in the sprint race on Saturday, which I think just, well, was it... It's less than 14 laps or something, isn't it? Maybe even 15 laps, yeah. It's not a lot around Spa, is it, for sprint? And then we're going to have rain coming into it, so...
Yeah, I think going up the hill is going to be interesting, not going to lie. And Bortoleto is going through the corner where you do not want to get off at because there are loads of walls behind No Name and it's quite understeery.
Yeah, he's just about got it through for Bortoleto as it comes downhill towards Pouhon. There's a lot of standing water across the circuit as you flick in. He's taken on the exit curb. In fact, he's nearly off the track as well. That's how much understeer you've got coming through this part of the track with these tyres up towards Fagna, past the television monitor where you can look at yourself. And he's gone very wide and he takes it tight in. Yeah, this track it's not gripped up at all. And it is very, very greasy and very, very wet as we come into Stavelot. It's just... In a Formula 3 car, Jess, this is getting tricky. I can't imagine what it's going to be like in Formula 1 later on for practice.
What time's practice for Formula 1? I think it's about 12, isn't it?
12:30 UK time, so that's...
That's pretty much the same as the last few races, because in Silverstone it was around 12:30, and then Hungary it was about 12:30 as well. Our time.
And Ed Gazzelli's that time to lead for track limits, by the way, at turn 4. So that's at the top of Radion as they come into it. Everyone gets it wrong. I'm glad how the WTF1 memes have sort of stopped about saying that's Radion, actually, because it always annoyed me because they were wrong. They were massively wrong. Because Eau Rouge is at the bottom of the hill and up the hill. The only part that is Radion is the right top part of the track. As well, so the bit up the hill is not called Radion. The bit at the top is Radion, because Radion translates to top of the hill. So just
Bortoleto going off the circuit a little bit,
and that is at Radion.
Yeah, that is right at the top of the hill. Then after Radion, it's the long straight. It's the Camel straight. You can even see it on the track map that I've got on my notes that Radion is quite a small bit of the track. Yeah. It's not as big as other people would make out. So
so no one has a go at me. I usually just sit as we head towards Rouge and Radion.
That's
The easiest
right.
thing to do.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Up towards Upper Rouge and into Radion.
Yeah, that's what I say as well.
Yeah, it annoys me. They thought they were being clever, but they really weren't. They were very,
That is
very
true.
wrong. Race Control says car 21, Francesco Simonzi has had his lap time to leave for track number to turn 11. Francesco Simonzi, a new driver this weekend in the championship here at Spa. Back in the going into the 21 machine.
That's great to have some new drivers on board around Spa of all places and in the wet, but at least they're starting off down there, as in with the wet weather, so they're probably going to be used to it in the dry now when they join. But yeah, as Paul Aaron comes across the line in 4th at the moment.
2:24, yeah, go on.
7 tenths behind Gregor Saucy, who's currently leading in practice.
Hello to Cole, who says hi, and is it raining? Yes, it is. We keep losing pictures. Sorry about that, guys. There's a cable loose somewhere. It is raining. And shout me with the red flag. No, not the red flag just yet. Good morning to Brad saying, hi, time for red flag day at Spa. No, nobody will be matching F3 practice. Spa is first track in modern day F1. No, I think for F1 the track's fine. I think that's sort of thing. For Formula 1, Spa's fine. So is WEC and all that lot. Because name me the last death in a Formula 1 car at Spa in the modern era. There hasn't been one. Formula 2 and Formula 3, yes. You've got to think, the problem with Spa is it's unsuitable for junior Formula because it's a high-speed track. But with Formula 1, it's a
fine
yeah.
because it is suited for low downforce cars.
Yeah, so for F1, it's fine. For the junior series, it's dangerous. Like, it just doesn't really work. I'm trying to think of another track on the calendar that we can compare it to. I think a bit like Suzuka in Japan. Monza, yeah, that too. That's a dangerous track to go to.
Yeah, because any low downforce track is dangerous for junior formulas. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. And Spa is up there with the biggest danger. But with Formula 1, yes, we have big accidents here. But the safety structure for Formula 1 is so much, it can absorb the impacts that it goes to. With Formula 3 and Formula 2, yes, they're designed to withstand very heavy accidents. But with Spa, it's too much. And I think there's a question that maybe this race should just be a Formula 1 round of the championship. Why they want to bring MotoGP here, I do not know. Because
what, they're bringing MotoGP?
Yeah, that's why the track's had all these modifications. They want to bring MotoGP here.
Oh, for goodness sake.
I mean, to begin with...
When will they ever learn?
I know, and to begin with, the pit lane would be dangerous on a motorcycle because if you come into the pit lane, hit that pit lane wall and go over the top of it, you go down a cliff. They'd have to put catch fencing up to stop you going off. To be fair, I don't like the pit lane entrance here at Spa. I think it's too overcomplicated.
I don't.
It's too overcomplicated. We don't need it to be that complicated. I would much rather have a, you know, as you come up towards the bus stop, just after Blanchimont, you've got the long runoff area. I'd much rather a pit lane entry like that. So a straight line pit lane entry where you can decelerate and come into the pit lane normally, rather than this convoluted, you go off at the bus stop and go into a very tight corner. It doesn't work. So look, up here, look, as you can see watching on with us, you've got all that runoff, look, coming into the braking zone. Just make that into a pit entry line, and you've got something perfect.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't even need, look, it doesn't even need to go on the track, because the pit lane entrance is so far to the left. You can bring that out a little bit as well, so you can make a safer pit lane, but they just don't, and it's really buggy. And plus Spa...
The reason why they don't do it? Money.
Yeah. Spa sort of got killed for me after they redid the start line. I didn't like it.
Well, do we want more rants? Josh, how about we start with Vegas stuff all going on?
Oh my
about all
God.
that?
Yeah.
Oh, the buildings! Do they want to stop people who actually visit the buildings for non-F1 stuff to actually see the track?
Yeah. We did this on the Grid Network actually on Wednesday. And it was quite... I read the story and I said to the guys, we've got to report on this. And it was the top story because They want to charge $1,500 per person in their restaurant / casinos to watch the race. Yeah, not the casino owners. F1 want to charge the casino owners per head. So say you've got around about 15,000 people. It's up to around about 2.2 million or billion as well. So it's a lot of money to keep it in. And the casino owners are going, well, hang on a minute. You're charging us for a race on a public road. You're charging us for that because they can see your race in our establishment. So there's a bit of fracas going on right now between the Las Vegas sort of casino owners, restaurant owners committee and Formula One, to the point where they don't want the F1 race because they're going to lose out on all the money that Formula One's going to get from this race. They're not going to earn a thing. And the tourists who come for the race will probably only come for the race and not any other time of the year. So they're losing out a lot more money. So they're now starting to think long term and realising that this F1 might actually be a very bad idea. So I've got a feeling Las Vegas will be a one and done situation, to be fair.
I think it'll only just be one season and then that's it, really.
Yeah.
Black and white flag for Edgar for track limits. He's gone off 4 times. What time is F2? 9:55 British summertime. 10:55 over in Europe. So in around about 40 minutes time.
Oh, speaking of Spa, guess who's at Spa at the moment?
Who? Oh, hang on a minute, Jess. Sorry. Go on, Jess. You have to say that again because the laptop cut out on power.
Simple's
Oh, yes.
at Spa this weekend.
Yes, if you're wondering why Synthel's not going to be in the commentary box with us for Formula 3 and Formula 2 this weekend, it's because he is trackside and he's going to send us some stuff to watch as well, which is why it's actually a very difficult weekend. In fact, I've got the timetable up. Would you like to know who's doing what?
Go on then.
Right.
we all know, but the viewers won't.
Because I don't miss as much as I thought I was going to. It's not like it was back in... Yeah, go on.
But basically, Friday and Saturday is fine. He'll be covering everything with Megan doing the stuff that you can't do.
Yes.
And then Josh T and Omi will be doing BTCC qualifying.
Yes. And Josh T will be streaming the practice sessions for me as well with the commentary.
Oh, yeah. But you only need to...
Oh, it keeps going off. What is going on with this lead? Right, sorry, Jess, go on. You have to say that again.
But yeah, Josh will only need to...
And it's gone again. There's something wrong with this cable. I do apologise, everybody. Give us a second while we get everybody back up here in the comms box. Don't you hate it when you've got an internet cable and it just disappears? Because then it's like, well, what do you do now? Because you've got no internet. You're trying your best, but the cable just goes, well, yeah, sorry for your disconnect. As cars are out there on the circuit. Oh, and now we've lost TV pictures. Oh, well, this is going swimmingly. And there they've been disconnected. Now they'll reconnect, and we'll get back in talking. And there we go to our TV pictures. Are we still on air? Yes, we are. All lovely. Oh, hang on. Right, there we are. I'm back. Right. Yes?
Hi.
Hello. Oh, right. That cable's driving up the wall. Right, okay. What was it talking about?
Ritual.
That's it. Right. Okay, so Megan hosted the Thursday drivers' press conference. And the reason she did that was because I hadn't got myself ready for the weekend yet in terms of I was doing all the voiceovers and the graphics and everything. So I said to Megan, can you just pop to the garage and just, film this? You've got an auto cue. So she read off the auto cue and did that. So that was out yesterday. I'm covering everything today. So today's normal across F3, F2, F1 and everything. I'm there in everything. We'll be in commentary box B for the first practice session of London because Megan's going to leave the commentary box for qualifying at around about 6:45 as Follow has a big slide coming to P1. Megan will then go and she will start London Practice 1. Now, if you're watching on Twitch, that will be live on YouTube only, but it will be replayed later on Twitch if you missed the first practice session. And then I will join that session at 5:10 as soon as the F1 qualifying's done. I'll leave this commentary box and go to Com Box B and finish off the day. Saturday gets very confusing. So, the F3 sprint race at 8:50, I am here, and whoever's in the commentary box.
Omi, most likely.
Probably Omi, yeah. At 9:30, Josh T is streaming the trackside commentary with graphics as well, timing towers and everything, driver tracker of Croft Practice 1. At 10:25, I will start Practice 2 from London, but then Megan will finish the session 15 minutes later as I go off to cover the Formula 1 sprint shootout. And then Megan joins midway through that. Practice 2 from Croft as well. Josh T takes you through the same way. I then take you through coverage of the F2 sprint race. And at the same time, Megan takes you through qualifying for Formula E in London. So that was the one that we had to sort of digress because I couldn't do that one because I was going to do London, but Megan is very kind.
He's in London, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. That's why Megan's having to do it. So that's why Megan was in Rome, and now she's in London. So Megan's doing, Megan's doing F1 and FE. Yeah, so that's the two series she's doing this weekend. That's why she was in Rome. So Megan will be covering that. I think Ian Birch will be with her as well. Off in the side with a microphone if we can get that system working that we're trying to plan.
Sunday's going to be a nightmare.
Yes, so Megan. So Megan's covering that, which she's not too best pleased about, but she'll be all right. And then me and Megan are together at 2:50 as well for the F1 sprint, and at the same time, Omi and Josh are covering the qualifying session from Croft. So it's me and Megan up in the box, and we don't know who's going to join us for that one at the moment.
It depends. It depends on what time I get back.
Oh, that's true. Because if it is, then Jess will come in for that one then. But because Josh is off as well, it could be Richie. I'm going to see if he's around to come into the box. Yeah, because that would be quite fun to have him for a race at Spa. And then the London E-Prix, that will be me and Megan and Josh T and Omi, and everyone will all be together in the comms box for that one. And that's at 4:30, lights out at 5. So there's a nice little thing there going on.
It nicely doesn't clash with F1. They've done it on purpose, so it doesn't clash with F1. So well done, FIA. You've done something right for once.
Absolutely. Right, Sunday gets a bit confusing. So on Sunday, 7:20... I'm here again for Formula 3. 8:50, I'm here again for the Formula 2. And then Megan at 10:25. Sorry, I start practice 3 at 10:25.
And Megan finishes it?
Yes. Jess, you are covering all of the Porsches with Omi. So you've got that set up. Because I can't do that because I've got to set up for Touring Cars Race 1. But at the same time as I'm doing Touring Car Race 1, Megan will start the Formula E qualifying in London, and I would come and finish it. But because of the time difference, Megan's literally going to leave Formula E in London and come to the commentary box here and host the pre-race show for Formula 1. And then I finish London at 1:55 and then come to the commentary box and do the World Feed commentary. And then that's all fine, because then we do the race for Formula 1 and all goes well. Jess, at the same time, is with Josh T, is covering Croft Race 2 at 2:20. And then at 4:30, so after the Belgian Grand Prix, fingers crossed, I will be here with Megan.
For FE?
Yes, for FE, with Omi, I think. And then at the same time as that race is on, Jess and Josh are covering the final race from Croft at 4:45 until 5:40.
And if it overruns because of my lead, then Josh T would take over the stream.
Although it does say, Jess, 5:45 till 5:40, which means the race probably starts at 5. So that's 20 minutes. You'll be fine.
That should be that. We should be fine. But yeah.
So that's our schedule.
Is it Croft a dog show? Oh God.
Yeah, it's gonna be Croft. That's what you got to do. Yeah, David Crufts up in the Skyfon box. That'd be quite funny. But yeah.
Let's go back to the F3 practice session. and run down what's going on with there. Zach O'Sullivan currently leading the timings, 2:23.862. Then it's Paul Aaron with a 3/10 behind. Then it's Gregoire Saucy. Then it's Taylor Barner. Then it's Gabriele Mini in the top 5.
Yeah.
And the rain's coming down.
And here we go. It's coming down harder as well. So in the Twitch chat, SHT says, "Hey guys, man, it's absolutely wet and soaking in Spa now. Finally, Laurent Mekies is left for ride. Wish AlphaTauri good luck with him being the new team principal next season."
Wait, he left?
Yes, Laurent Mekies is now not with the team this weekend, so they're going to win. I text a friend of mine as well. I text a friend of mine.
Let's go!
Yeah. However, my friend did say, oh, hang on a minute. What did she say? I'm going to have to check on the messages now. I think it was Charles' race engineer needs to go next. I want to double check that. This could take a while. Right. It was only yesterday, but texting. Go on.
Yeah, Omi, obviously you did watch a bit of the F3 last week. Zach O'Sullivan won the feature race and he's topping the practice session. I think he's not doing it too bad in this championship. He's currently second, but he needs to, I think, improve a lot in order to challenge Bortoletto, who's currently leading the championship and can take the F3 title.
Yeah, Bortoletto. It looks like that he is going to win, and also Sullivan. He took his 4th win in Formula 3, so he managed to equal the record, I'd say, or maybe beat it, whatever it was, for the most wins in Formula 3. Got it from Dennis Hauger. I'll actually double-check that right now, because I was actually looking at all Formula 3 stats and everything like I usually do after every weekend. So.
Go on, Amy. Are you doing the Chronicles this weekend?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why Omi's not talking. Because
you're gonna be busy, Omi.
Also, Sunday I have one of, if obviously we can get a streamer. And today, later on today, I'm also doing a one-off Roblox League commentary.
Oh wow!
With qualifying and the race, and it's gonna be across like about 4 hours because I'm doing a pre-race for it. I'm doing a post-race, pre-quali, post-quali. It's gonna go crazy.
So are you gonna literally predict the races?
And also, I'm doing the sim. And also, I've put Formula 2 and Formula 3 there, as I'm a big F2 and F3 fan. So maybe some F2 and F3 predictions. And also, with it being a sprint, I need to do an extra race for the sim as well. And that's going to have to happen right after the sprint shootout and right before the sprint race. So that's going to be hard as well.
And that's all.
Good luck, Omi. We're looking at that.
So that's all going to be on JB Motorsports 2, right, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
On YouTube only. And by the way, for the streams you talked about, are they all live on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, or is some of them just on YouTube?
Right. In terms of what's exclusive on YouTube, I think that's easier to say. I'll work that out and get back to you.
The target is to score as most points as we can. Obviously, what Gabriel does is out of my control. So yeah, hopefully we have a good weekend. Hopefully some places he doesn't have such an amazing one, but we'll see. Obviously, ideally it would be nice to take it to Monza.
Right, what's airing live on Twitch? So live on Twitch is F3, F2, F1 practice, F3, F2, F1 qualifying, F3 sprint race, F1 sprint shootout, F2 sprint race, F1 sprint, and London race 1. On Sunday, you've got F3 Belgium feature, F2 Belgium feature. F1 race, yes, and the London E race. Yeah, Touring Cars is airing only on YouTube, but all races will be aired live on Monday, as well as anything else we miss. So basically, what we're going to do is we're sort of going to replay the weekend for you on Monday across all series on Twitch. So Monday you'll have...
My internet can't handle Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
And plus, we've only got one Twitch account. You can't do multiple streams on Twitch, don't think. Can you? No, you can't. Can you?
No.
Can you? No. So,
no, you can't.
Yeah. So whatever I'm in the box doing, it'll be on Twitch as well. But everything will be restreamed to Twitch as well. So basically, on Monday you can join us because then we can highlight them and get them on the channel. So Monday you can join us for Formula 3 and Formula 2, and Tuesday you can join us for all of the Formula E content. And then
Nice.
Yeah, and then Wednesday I think is Porsches and touring cars. So there you are. That's how next week's going to go.
Amy, I'll need your help with names with Porsches, please. Thank you very much.
So
That's going to be entertaining.
It's one of those weekends where we just literally sort of go. Yeah, we've got to plan it out. But also, it'd help us reach our Twitch milestones we need to do and all that lot.
Reaching affiliate on Twitch is easy, by the way.
Yeah.
So easy. Like you,
It really is.
you need to, I think, go on an average of 3 viewers and 50 followers as well.
Which shouldn't be that
And I
hard.
can't. No, so I think it's over 30 days or 7 days or something. You have to reach on average 3 viewers, which I think you do that anyway.
Let's see how many's on there right now. 1.
Oh, that's scrap that then.
It
And
is
also,
brand
thank God
new.
PSGL was on yesterday. Thank God PSGL was on yesterday. Oh, I would have had to commentate practice 1 and practice 2 live on Roblox as well. Oh, boy.
Do you know,
that would have been annoying.
I missed. Hang on, there's only one practice. I missed PSGL last night in F2s because I was doing all the graphics and everything and voiceovers. So what happened?
Apparently the racing was a bit questionable.
I saw Richie's tweet and I went, oh dear, what's happened now? It's weird because I'm missing being in the commentary box with him. I really am. He was in the commentary, where was he? Last week, wasn't he? Practice 3 in Hungary. And we said about how it's mad that we haven't been commentating together for 2 months. And it's like, it is weird. I am missing being in the box. But I know I've got to prioritise other things at the moment and get health back in order as well and not stress out. But literally, Jess, I'm literally sort of like just chomping at the bit to go back in.
It feels in PSF1 it's really good. It's a shame that obviously I'm not commentating with my usual partner, but it's so good to commentate with James. We just bounce off each other so well, and we have the same amount of energy, and it's so good.
I think Dan and Richie are sort of gelling nicely together. Rough start, but they gel together. You've got that's it. You always
they had the rough start to it all, but I think they're starting to get a lot better as the season goes on.
I think everybody has rough starts with new commentary partners. Everybody does because you don't know where you are. If you look at any broadcasting team, their first race, it's a mess.
And especially if both of the commentators are lead commentators like me and James are, but we kind of figured it out who's doing what. Oh, replay, that is number 18 of Villa Gomez, past No Name corner.
Oops!
Oh!
And into the kitty litter at the exit.
He avoided the wall as well.
That was actually impressively done, yeah. I thought he would have gone straight in there with aquaplaning.
There's also one thing that has happened this week. F1 Manager Deluxe Edition came out yesterday.
Yep.
I bought it, but I haven't started playing it yet, which I'm going to do
I'm going to see if
Tuesday.
it's good fast. I'm going to see if it's good fast. So just make sure you let me know that.
Yeah, I haven't started playing it yet. I haven't played it much last time, but I'm determined to play it this time. But yeah, I was watching like the creators stream, I think, at 4 o'clock yesterday, and it was so funny.
Yeah, just to let you know, because Brad's asked, where's Ed Hunter?
He's in London.
He is. Oh, let's have an interview.
I think he's pretty much won the championship. I mean, he just has to do what he's been doing throughout the whole season. I mean, no one's going to say that he's not done an amazing season. He's done everything he had to, and if he's not taking so many risks now, it's because he doesn't need to. And so yeah, I'm not at all worried about championship. I think he's got it wrapped up. I'm more focused on trying to get the max points, and obviously, if we get a chance at keeping the championship alive for Monza, then it will be amazing. But I think it's up to him to deliver those 15 points that he may need, and I'm pretty sure he'll probably get them. So yeah, it's more on me to do what I want to do, and which is just be up there and try to get as many points possible to try to build up a little bit of a gap before the cranes around which Monza will be.
Yeah, Ed Hunter's not with us, and he's sort of done a Dario Franchitti this year. He's taken a lot of the touring cars, of the Formula E's off because he's been so busy with other projects. He's been busy with FSR with Jess. He's been busy with his own jobs as well that he does. So he hasn't been able to get
a
the
lot
box.
of real life commentary at some weekends.
That's true, yeah. But I think he's done what, 6 Formula E, 7 or something like that out of the 12. So that's not too bad.
And he covered with me with IndyCar as well.
That's true, yeah. So Ed won't be with us in the commentary box this weekend in London, like he wasn't in Rome.
But he's gonna get clips.
Yeah, because he's
just
trackside.
like simple as.
Yeah, so Ed is trackside for us in London, and he's with Formula E Zone. as well. So he'll be doing some journalistic things with his media pass and everything, and we'll be hearing from him. So I think the whole team for Formula E Zone is trackside. Jack Pickering, Jack Giamana and Ed Hunter, they're all trackside in London. And you'll be seeing some of their content throughout the weekend as well as we go to Formula E. It's going to be a lot of fun. Jake Dennis has a chance of wrapping up the championship. You can watch practice 1 this afternoon as well. Oh, Marty! Exit of Curve de Paul Frere, putting his rear right tyre over on the gravel and getting it kicked up. Just getting away with it, though. Track is sort of staying the same at the moment. But yes, that's where Ed is at the moment. And he will be joining us for some Formula 1 races in the remainder of the year. So he's not going to disappear, don't worry.
Four drivers have won 4 races, so Sullivan equaled it. But he has about 4 more races. If he's not in Formula 3 next year, he has about 4 more races to beat that record and become the first F2 driver to win 5 races.
So I reckon he could
Paul
do
Aaron,
it. Lap time.
race control, lap time deleted by probably the exit of Pouon, most likely.
Yep. Just wide.
I think we're going to see a lot of that in F1 qualifying later.
Not that again.
I'm annoyed I'm missing it, actually, because I'm going to probably get drunk.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to be fair, Jess,
Maybe,
the
probably not.
The couple of weeks you've had, I think.
I think I'm looking forward to next weekend being a normal weekend.
Where are we next weekend? Is it? It's Silverstone, isn't it?
Just,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Silverstone next weekend. Yeah.
MotoGP. We're alive for all of it, which is as normal.
It's GB3 and 4 this weekend at Silverstone.
Yes, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Are you going to Silverstone again?
No. I've done 2 weeks at Silverstone. It's going to be weird watching a Silverstone race now without being there now, but cause I'm so used to it. But I'm not A, money, B,
yes.
Leave.
To be fair, I was jealous when I found that you were actually inside the commentary box, because those headsets, the Sennheiser ones, they were great. I've always wanted a pair of those.
Oh, they're so good. We had handheld mics for the acceleration stuff.
Yeah.
In the wet, and then luckily in the afternoon and on Sunday we moved to the Cops Corner commentary box.
It does look good. I can't wait. But yeah, how was it using a headset then? Because you don't use headsets, you use the.
It was so good. Honestly, I could stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to sit down for all of it, but I was like, no, it felt weird sitting down, so I was like, no, I'm standing up.
See? You've joined us completely. Headsets and standing up. It's how it should be done.
If I had that headset now, I would have done that. I could get that type of headset, but money.
Oh god, they cost 300 quid. Get an Audio Technica instead. They're like half the price and just as good. That's what we and...
All right. Oh, what's happened there? Number 5.
Bortoletto.
Bortoletto.
I think that was down at Rivage.
Light rain.
Yeah.
Tomorrow more intense rain. Sunday apparently it's dry.
Oh, race control has deleted Taylor Barnard's lap time for turn 11 track limits as Brownie comes round Fania chicane. I know, I'm slightly convinced that tomorrow's sprint might be a bit of a washout, like the qualifyings and everything. I don't like it. Although, have you heard the new plan? They're going to change the sprint format again.
Oh yeah, they're going to have the sprint shootout on Friday. They're going to have the sprint race in the morning, and then they're going to have the normal qualifying on the Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
I don't.
Worst idea.
Could they just do, like, I don't know. I don't know what to say at the moment.
Honestly, Like literally, just do this format, but just but like for the sprint shootout, just do a one-shot quali instead.
Yeah,
like,
that's it.
That's it.
Single lap qualifying. We're in reverse championship order.
Brownie's got
or reverse qualifying or something. Just reverse something.
But I think the one problem is, as I mentioned, as car collect now goes faster. I want a 223.621. If you have a crash in the sprint race, your car won't be repaired in time for the qualifying. So you lose out on points in the sprint.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
And a chance to start well in quali. It pretty much ruins your quali.
It ruins your weekend.
Also,
crashing the sprint ruins your weekend. So I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, and we also saw that with Sargent. He had to miss the sprint after his crash in the sprint shootout.
Yeah.
So, I basically just want it. I'm not really gonna like it. I'm not really gonna like it with just one qualifying, then one race, then one qualifying, just one race. I want to get done with the qualifying, then have the races. But
Yeah.
like,
I think.
yeah,
What
I guess.
Let's go on, Amy.
No, go on.
I think what we've got now works in terms of we go to one practice, then we get 2 qualifyings,
Yeah.
then 2 races. That sort of works for this format.
Yeah.
I do admit, though, that I think it's pointless having 2 of the same qualifying. We should have a single lap shootout for this in sprint qualifying. That would be brilliant. Because then
Yeah,
it's,
and
it's maximum track time.
Yeah, and also it was good for like whoever doesn't like sprints, they can just completely take the Saturday off.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It is really, really annoying. Really annoying.
Well, if
And
Go on.
speaking of league races, I've got my first league race back on Sunday. Well, it's pre-season, but yeah.
Driving.
Yeah,
Oh, brilliant.
Bahrain.
It's always
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Bahrain again. I was gonna say the same
well,
thing, Josh.
it's only pre-season, but round number 1 is going to be very exciting. It's at Qatar, which I love.
Oh, wow.
So looking forward to that.
What?
I'm really hoping I can get something sorted in time, or something gets sorted in time.
Martin goes
Richie's
to...
racing, not in
Oh,
my
yes.
tier though.
I forgot about that.
I kind of wish we would be in the same tier, but the timings didn't make sense otherwise.
This
I should have
is
gone
Martin.
faster. Anyway, Marty, who's currently fastest. What has he done?
Same thing. Wheel in the gravel as a couple of laps ago at Stavolo. Is he good? Did he keep
Yeah.
it? No, he did put it.
Oh.
Oh, he's
Don't
just
put
on the
in-
line.
Sean put in Twitch chat, F1 always finds the worst scenarios nowadays. Not a surprise at all. I
Yes.
agree with that, Sean.
Yes, thank you, Sean. It was Xavi. That was my point. My friend said, she said it's Xavi needs to go next to Charles Leclerc's race engineer. And I completely agree with her. Because it's like, what on earth is the point of having Xavi?
Like the strategies are like, oh, stay out, stay out. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Like Canada was one of them. Or was
Yes.
it Canada?
Yeah. Stay out longer. Well, that was a good one. It was, where was it? Austria, they screwed up a lot and cooked the tyres.
Silverstone, their car just wasn't fast. Oh, checker flags out. Yellow flag set to 1. Oh, God.
Maybe a test, maybe? Work to safety car, maybe test? We'll see. Because
No.
they usually like to.
I don't think they like. They don't bring them in. They don't go all around on the track. They come into the support pit lane immediately. That's why the yellow flags are out.
Oh, right, that's probably why. Because obviously, yeah, because the support pit lane is basically the other side of the endurance pit lane.
Yeah. So that's why there's a yellow flag out. Barnard goes in because they don't let them do the full cooldown lap. Otherwise, it would be too long.
It takes forever, and Formula 2 starts soon.
Yes, 15 minutes. So it's not that long of a turnaround. Literally, it's just over and done. It's very quick actually. All this. So everyone's going to
It
come
is.
out.
Well, I don't actually believe that we have a delay like last week, do we, in the feature races between
Yeah.
FD and F2. Thank God.
I mean, the one thing I've got to say here is, by the way, everyone's forgotten, is that Max Verstappen has got a 5-place grid penalty.
He does.
Yeah, for a new gearbox as a result of what
Probably
he had
won't
in.
even- It probably won't even matter. By lap 6, Josh will be shouting Max
I know.
Verstappen takes the lead.
I know, it doesn't work. I mean, I can see why they've done it here and not Zandvoort, but I would much rather have this idea in my head is what if 2021 happens again? Max starts 5th on the grid, we do 4 laps behind the safety car, everything counts and that's it. He doesn't win the race. So Perez has got to take pole to keep that record going of having Red Bull win every race this year. Yellow sectors 1 and 2. Now I'm getting worried because sector 2 isn't anywhere near anything. That's at the top of Keppel Straight.
Yeah.
So what's happened there? We had a spinner. Caleb Frederick is in the pit lane.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, Browning. Yeah, the track's now. Practice starts are cancelled, by the way. So there will be no.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah, there will be no practice starts. Oh, Browning's gone top. 2:23.055 across the line, so he's gone fastest. So yes, there will be no practice starts, which is very, very sad. And yellow all sectors. Yellow flag is now in all sectors. As you can see, they're coming into the support pit lane. So they go downhill. There's the checkered flag. Being waved by the black flag marshal. Okay. Beganovic should now be released as well into the main pit lane. Now we can all go again. Montoya only did 22nd fastest lap time, actually, so he was a bit off the pace. Ruyen Singh as well down 28th for 2:27.047, just his second weekend in FIA Formula 3 after the Hungarian Grand Prix 7 days ago. And Zach O'Sullivan, he's 7th. But a very interesting, a very calm and interesting end to the session. They've all managed to get through that without a red flag, but arguably, as I think Brad said earlier, these were the best of the conditions that we're going to have today, because the rain, as you've seen, is getting heavier and it's going to get more consistent throughout the day. Practice 1 is, well, the only practice session for Formula 1 this weekend is going to be packed, but we're thinking a lot of possible red flags coming as well, so they're going to have to take care. Now, you might be wondering, what are they doing? They're going to the other side of the support pit lane because it's on a hill here at Spa. It's more level just behind the paddock area where they're going now to scrutineering. So the track is clear. Everything has now been concluded. The cars can now loop around. And normally what happens here at Spa with the endurance races is that the two pit lanes are connected. So that's how it is. So, but this weekend they're not, obviously. So you can see the line there at the exit. They just connect the pit lanes together for the two. I love the pit lanes here at Spa. They are good, especially this one. The old pit lane is the best. Aston Martin back this weekend, by the way, is safety car and medical car after taking a few weeks off. There it is now, actually, the DSX car. Just going out now to check the conditions, because we've got a yellow flag in Sector 2 that nobody can account for some reason. So they've got it there. Also didn't tell Leclerc and Norris about coming in Q3 at Monaco. Yeah. I think Norris has a good shot at pole position here. I like how they've rebuilt the grandstand as well in the time since we were away. Do you remember last year and how it was just wasteland? Now they've rebuilt the new grandstands and everything. It's now getting very good now. And they've put out the sweepers on the track. There's the old race control building. Now,
hey!
I absolutely want to do a show from there one day, because it's the old race control, but it is brilliant. It's like BC Tower. It's got a great view of the track. Also, just two down there, you can see where ITV used to have their studio inside the old area. They used to have a little room, and they used that as their studio when we came here to Spa. But it's a very wet weekend, and anyone spot Synthel? Not just yet.
You couldn't spot me in the grandstand, unfortunately, when I was at Silverstone.
No, we were looking every time they went to a crowd shot. Right, here's the results then. From practice for the Formula 3 Spa round of the championship, Luke Browning is fastest. Caelan Frederick second. Gregoire Saucy goes into third. Jose Marti fourth. Kyle Collette fifth. Gabriel Mini sixth. Zach O'Sullivan is 7th, Oliver Goethe is 8th, Taylor Barnard 9th, Kita Bedrin rounds out the top 10. Then Hugh Barter, Gabriel Bortoletto, Paul Aron, Nicola Tusolo, Oliver Gray, Franco Colapinto, Dino Beganovic, Johnny Edgar, Christian Mansell, Rafael Villagomez, Leonardo Forloroni, Sebastian Montoya. As they come down, we see Maria Boyer, Ida Cohen, Alessandro Garcia, Roberto Ferreira, Tommy Smith, Ruyen Singh, Francesco Simonazzi as well, and then we get Sophia Flörsch down in 30th place, 2:27.310. So not a bad session then. Everyone keeping it very calm out there on the circuit. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time as we gear up to FIA Formula 2. My thanks to Jess, my thanks to Amy, thanks to all of you at home. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back with Formula 2 session after the break. So, not a bad session. Qualifying coming up later on today from the Ardennes Forest. Very, very wet at the moment, but hopefully, it's going to be an interesting weekend. So, pick for pole, I'm going to go Luke Browning. Could be top here. Looks good. We'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.